Hey friends, welcome to the Gala Vision podcast. I'm your host, Alexia, aka The Gala Life, and I'm so excited to be here today on site at the PSTA Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority headquarters in St. Pete, talking about a really fun Pride campaign and partnership that I get to have with this amazing local organization. And today I'm here with Pat Schlitt. Say that correctly?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And Amanda Boising.
Yep, you
Yes,
got it.
yes. Thank you so much for being on the Gala Vision podcast today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Actually, the first day of Pride Month is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we have some fun stuff to talk about, an exciting campaign that the PSTA is hosting all month and especially on June 22nd. But let's get into it a little bit. Tell me about your roles, about what you do at the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, and just a little bit about the organization.
So I actually started out as the digital marketing coordinator here at the PSTA. Yeah.
I remember your emails.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's how we met electronically last year, because I was the social media manager, as our incredible Daisy is now, who was behind the camera. Everyone waved to a Daisy.
Maybe we'll get her on camera.
Right. But yeah, so right now I just do a lot of like project management, project coordination, mixed with my title is the marketing and communications assistant, but I do a lot more than assisting. I really support the team, and not just, our director, but I support the entire team in every facet that I can. I have a background in graphic design, I have some background in writing, I have, a background in like almost everything.
Like most marketing people, it's like
Right.
you're a jack of all
They're
trades.
kind of a Swiss Army knife.
Right?
Yeah, literally.
For
Oh, I
everything.
love that.
Yeah. So yeah, I do that, and I mean, here at PSTA, because I have so many skills, like I feel like I'm recognized and valued like I've never been valued before at an employment opportunity. So PSTA is not shy. They don't shy away from giving you the accolades and giving you your praise when you deserve it. And we have a hard working team here, not just in our marketing department. Especially in our marketing department, but throughout the entire agency. I mean, everybody here is incredible, and so
It's huge. Like
Yeah.
these headquarters are massive. Like before.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to get into your role before we digress.
Right. Yeah.
How many employees would you say are here?
600.
Oh my god.
Yeah, over
Yeah, it's
that.
around there.
Yeah.
It might be more than that at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Because we have so many. I think we have about 150 admin, and then the rest are all bus operators or supervisors. All of that. So
People that work in operations.
Yeah, exactly. And so like our ops team is just killer, because hey, we're the best transit agency in the nation. I mean, like,
Yeah.
can't miss out on that. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't want to take away too many things. Yeah.
So I am hopefully soon will be the communications coordinator, and we're adjusting my title because it was
Ooh.
content coordinator, and no one really knew what that meant. I started here actually part-time as PSTA's first copywriter. There had never been an established role for that, and my background is writing. So I was a freelancer, still am a freelance writer, but did a lot of content writing, social media, copy, lots of blogs, and just kind of anything I could get my hands on. And I kind of fell in love with PSTA because of the things that they have done for Pride in the past. And I was like, I would love to work for them. And it just so happened that one of our graphic designers who I worked with at a previous job let me know they were looking for a copywriter, and I jumped on it immediately. So
Wow.
after being here on a part-time basis for like a year or so, I was like, I want to come on full-time. Like, I want to work with this agency really bad, like, and actually be able to have a full-time capacity where I could do even more. So in that transition to full-time, I changed my title and took on some more responsibilities, like managing our website.
Oh wow.
And which is
It's not easy.
can of worms.
Websites.
Yeah, websites are a lot. I do have some experience with it. I wouldn't say I'm not like a coder or any sort of like software person. I'm just mostly self-taught, but I write all the blogs for PSTA. There's a lot of stuff that I write for either like occasionally helping a Daisy with social media stuff, for marketing things that we print and make. So I kind of just fill in where I can with writing and helping come up with ideas, and in some ways a little bit of a Swiss Army knife as well, because I like to, as I say to everyone, get my grimy hands on whatever I can. I recently started learning about grant writing. I do the award submissions for awards that we apply for. So just whatever I can get my hands on, I get my hands on it because I just love learning. And the cool thing about working here is that we have access to so many subject matter experts. There's someone here that knows everything about electric buses. There's someone here that knows everything about infrastructure, and it's just, you can pick their brain and they're just so ready to tell you and just kind of info dump everything that they know.
And the data, I imagine, must be so, like, the wealth of resources and data that you have.
We have number crunchers here that, like, I have dyscalculia, so I will flip numbers around. Do not trust me with numbers. I'm a words person.
I'm right there with you, but I think it's important data-informed strategy that then you
Absolutely.
implement for marketing, things like that. So I'm far away from numbers, but I get what you're saying in terms of the number crunchers.
Yeah, and data is something that a lot of the blogs that I write, which you can find on psta.net.
I'll add all the links to.
Yes, our blogs, we have a deep dive series where those are really the ones where I take data and really dive in. Like, we talk about who rides PSTA. We did 2 blogs, in fact, on how PSTA is funded, because a lot of people don't even know how we're funded.
Right.
So, and those are all very data-driven blogs where I'm getting raw data from the number crunchers and I'm basically expounding upon it.
That is
So it's
cool.
like one of my favorite things to do here is to, like, get real actual data out there so people can actually understand what we do and how we do it.
Yeah, it's strategy. That's how you inform being a strategic storyteller. So I love that you actually, PSTA implements that, and it's empirical data that, like, you can back it up.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're putting something out on, like, marketing or social, like, you got to be able to back it up with
Yes.
data and analytics. So
Yes.
that's really interesting. I love that you bring that up. And PSTA is such an inclusive organization. I mean, not only so large and diverse, and even I'm Hispanic, I'm bilingual, so seeing Latin Americans, Hispanic Americans, queer people, everybody, and now with Pride, the fact that you're launching Pride-specific campaigns, I think is so exciting. And I got to work with you guys last year, but this year I feel like it's even bigger and better and so colorful and exciting. And I want you to,
Just as you can see behind you.
Right.
perfect. I love that. I can't wait to drop my outfit that I'm using for my video.
Oh my gosh.
Really over the top and
As it should be.
Right.
Yes, but it's reflective of what you're doing and the joy that you're putting out there through this campaign. So if you can share more about that and what folks will get to be able to do with PSTA in the month of June.
Yeah, absolutely.
You wanna jump in?
Yeah. So for June, and like you said, like, we've done a Pride campaign last year. We've done Pride campaigns for
Many years.
Many years. I mean, like, because of all people, places, and things, like, we are the amalgamation of every noun. I mean, like, we are a people. We are taking you places. We are getting you all the things. And I don't know where I'm going with that.
You're like the artery of the community.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, and I love that, artery of the community. and like,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
yeah, that's going out blog.
That's a Real Housewives tagline.
Right. I'm the artery of the community. I don't know how to shop, but you know.
Well, I mean, St. Pete Pride is one of the biggest Pride events in the Southeast.
Yeah.
The fact that we get to be a way for people to get to it, because downtown becomes a nightmare around that time. And, like, we love it because so many people come to our area and get to experience how wonderful St. Petersburg is, how wonderful our county is.
Yeah.
But parking and getting around down there during those events is insane, and PSTA takes it really seriously. The opportunity, especially now with our Sunrunner and, you know, our other services in that area, to get people where they need to be.
Yeah, and with the parking situation, I mean, on Pride Day, we have in the past, and we are going to this year as well, of having free park and rides for people to literally park in a large space. And by large space, I mean the Tropicana Field parking lot, which the Rays have been so gracious to donate that space to us. I mean, that is a huge, huge deal.
I'm dropping B-roll right now of the parking lot.
Oh my god! Right. And like, I mean, that is like 5,000 parking spots right there.
Yeah,
such a
And yeah, and we're continuing to do our St. Pete High Park and Ride lot as well. So
That's right.
that helps folks that, you know, maybe they're coming from North County. Who wants to deal with the traffic in downtown St. Pete? I don't. That's for sure. And you know, it's it's convenient for those who don't live in downtown St. Pete. Luckily, we do have so many members from the community, from the county, and from all over the U.S. and all over the world. I mean, like Amanda said, like St. Pete Pride is the biggest pride in the Southeast, and one of the biggest prides, at least in the nation. I can't say for the world, but...
I mean, we bring, I think the estimate is 300,000 people to this area.
Yeah, and millions of dollars.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And also the fact that, safety, like if you want to drink and enjoy your day
That's
and
the
all
other
of that,
thing. Right.
you can carpool with friends and, designate a driver, that kind of thing. So you give all that flexibility and liberty with the options that you're providing.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about the Tropicana Park and Ride is there's a Sunrunner stop right there.
I
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was... When we got the news that we got the Tropicana field, I was so over the moon about it because I was like, that's such a good location. That's one I'm going to use.
Yeah,
Right, absolutely.
same.
Yeah. And I mean, that one's open from 6 a.m. to midnight. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to get there
Wow.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, no overnight parking.
Right, no overnight parking,
No
but
overnight,
and that's
okay.
for both lots. The St. Pete High lot is from 11 to 11, so that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
But luckily, we're not just there for the parade. We're also going out to the St. Pete Pride Family and Youth Pride Day, which is Saturday,
yeah.
June 8th. Next Saturday, well, I guess you can't say that now, but
We'd be coming out
Right.
June 4th.
Yeah. So June 8th.
Saturday, June 8th.
Right. And there, we will be providing a cooling station because if
Ooh.
you're from Florida or if you've known about the rumors, they are true, it is hot as heck.
It is
One
starting.
of our items is a fan.
Yes.
She is starting already. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
she is
heat,
starting.
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
Yeah.
Over 90 degrees every day.
Right.
I can't.
And thank God for those cooling stations because those help so much. I remember last year I went to the street fair, which will be at the street fair for this year as well, which is June 23rd, the Sunday after the parade.
We're gonna be busy.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy.
The people that work in ops are incredible.
And they're people facing, like you were saying, all of the drivers and everything. Like you're dealing with so many people on a day-to-day basis that and you have to be, people welcoming and that kind of thing. So I admire that so much. And when I started filming for my campaign, the drivers were so nice to me and I looked like such a fool, jumping into the bus in a tutu and literally, and they're like, yeah, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing social media for PSTA. And they're like, okay, do what you gotta do. And
I will say we've done some very interesting social media campaigns with some of the operators. So that is not the weirdest thing the operators have seen. To be
I
honest.
mean, last year they saw 2 giant drag queens come in and out of a bus.
Full
and-
beat.
Aquarius and Ripley.
Oh my god, I love Aquarius.
Yeah.
I'm also an
I
Aquarius.
really love Ripley, but I don't know.
Ripley is my favorite.
I look at Ripley, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, you'll just have to follow them. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have to look
follow
up
them.
Ripley. Okay.
Yeah.
nice.
2 P's, 2 E's,
Yeah.
underscore in the middle.
So you can expect a lot of fun activations and activities happening throughout Pride Month and Pride Day with PSTA. Is that what we can say?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I
mean,
think you're going to see a lot of people on our marketing team out there.
Exactly.
Between our outreach team and us, we're going to be scurrying around out there
right.
Guerrilla style.
Yes.
Yeah. If you see 2 pale ghosts, don't panic. It's just Amanda and
We
I.
have the same
Literally the
complexion.
same
Me too.
complexion.
I'm very pale, so I feel you. I'm Cuban. People are like, what?
I'm a quarter Cuban, and people are like, no, you're not. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're definitely not.
right, but I'm like, please.
Where is that? You might as well
Where
be
is it?
there.
Exactly. I'm like, there's pale Cubans.
There is.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides the exciting PSTA activations happening, I have to share a little bit of my swag that I was gifted with for the
Yes.
campaign. So this is our current swag bag this year,
This year,
right?
correct,
Okay.
yeah.
So I was also given mine from last year.
Right.
So take me through this. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do a what's in my bag with Pat.
Okay, perfect. Great.
There you
Well,
go.
we'll start with the bag itself first. So this bag, if you've ever heard of a fanny pack, oh my god, yeah, thanks.
Oh, H just said it.
Right, HSN, yeah, we got the pro here. And this fanny pack is actually reflective and has our PSTA 40 logo because guess what also is happening this year? It is our 40th anniversary.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, if you see our shirts do say PSTA 40 on them, 1984 to 2024.
I
This
love
is an
these shirts.
obituary. This is to. Somebody was like, "You guys died?" I was like,
PSTA.
right. I was like, "No, this is just to show that we've got 40 more and even more years after
Yes.
that."
It's like Taylor Swift, when she died or came back.
When Avril Lavigne died and now we're like twin.
That's PSTA.
Yeah. So anyways, fanny pack reflective can help at night when maybe you're like out at the club and somebody flashes the light on you. They're like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Or you're riding your bike and somebody flashes their car lights at you because you're riding in the road and not in the bike lane.
Exactly.
They'll see you.
Twerking
All
in the
hypothetical. Right. Yeah, so we can open her up. Yeah, and now let's see what's in this.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Okay.
Again, it gets hot.
Right. It gets hot.
Are you gonna give us a
Oh, yeah. So, with this, we have a fan. And when you clack it open, it also has PSTA 40 on it.
That's a gorgeous fan.
Right? Yeah, our graphic designer, Justin Foxworth, made this. Made everything in this bag.
Campaign.
You're gonna see the magic work of Justin.
I love this color story. It's like a really I love it's like, I don't know, it gives me Lisa Frank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
When we first saw this sort of rainbow swirl pattern, all of us were like, I want to eat it.
Right.
Like, it looks like it would taste good, right?
Like an ice cream sorbet or something like that.
Like the best acid trip you've ever been.
Right. Exactly.
Not driving.
Right. Not driving.
Not driving.
Taking PSTA.
Yes,
Exactly. So I'll set this here.
I love the fan, okay.
Right?
I cannot wait to style my pride outfit around this whole motif.
As you should.
Yes.
So next thing we have is a cooling bandana. A skirt. A bandeau.
I love getting that around you.
Right.
Yeah, definitely
So many people on the team were like, Pat, can you try to make this like a shirt for yourself? I'm like, I would love
I could see it.
to breathe.
you could
So I don't know if
try.
that'll happen.
You're skinny, you're teeny.
Right.
There's a lot of teeny St. Pete gals that I feel like could rock that as a bra.
Right?
I would love to see someone try.
Yeah, me too. But this
Challenge
is-
out there.
Yeah, challenge. When you
challenge.
come to our booth and grab one of these, I want to see you use this as a skirt, a shirt, an earring. I don't know.
Style it.
A shoe. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a cooling bandana. So we in the past use a lot of cooling towels for events that are outside because again hot. So with these promo items, you're able to like actually dip it into some water. And even like you could put it in like a cold cooler or something.
Oh, wow.
So then when you're like, oh God, it's so hot, I need to put this on. So you put it on. Like this.
And
No.
you look crazy for
You look
a second.
yeah. So you could make it like this.
Oh, wow. I
Or-
didn't realize that's okay.
Or you
Yes.
could just like keep it around your neck
Yep,
and be like,
okay.
ah. Yeah.
And it's like chilly or like if it's cold, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it really does help with that.
Yeah, and for me, someone
I'm
who
loving
is-
this.
This is incredible.
The immersive try-on.
For me, I'm someone that is extremely sensitive to heat exhaustion. In fact, last year's Pride Parade, I got a little woozy from the heat.
Oh,
so
I'm sure.
having something cool around your neck can really kind of stave some of those symptoms off. So for me, that is going to be essential.
100%, I agree.
Yeah, this idea definitely stemmed from Amanda.
Me almost passing out.
Yeah,
during Pride
I was
Parade.
like, yeah.
It's just because
Someone help her.
I was so excited and I was like skipping around and throwing out candy and then I realized, oh, I'm starting to get really overheated and thankfully was able to jump on the bus and was totally fine. But yeah, I'm hoping this year I can not pass out from heat.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you don't either.
Yeah.
Right.
I won't. I have some plans. I have some plans to keep myself upright.
Well, I remember last Pride was very, very hot. And then there's the tents and there's all the different things and the amalgamation of people. So I think
I can't believe that it used to start earlier.
Right,
It
I'm
used to start
so-
at like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember. So when does it start this year?
It starts at 6
6.
this year. Yeah.
So
Sun's still gonna be out,
it's
but
still gonna be hot.
cooler.
Like,
Interesting.
It's inevitable, but at least it'll be cooling off by that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so that midnight trop parking access is clutch.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, right after that parade, you can get out of here, you could go, enjoy some other Pride festivities, and then just make sure you're out of there by midnight.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you're good to go.
I mean, not much goes on after midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I'm too sleepy these days.
Yeah, same.
But yes, let's continue.
Yeah, so yeah, what
What's
else
in the
here?
bag?
Okay, so we have got some PSTA shades.
Those are fabulous.
Yeah, so these really came out of people like begging for new sunglasses people were like, when are you going to release the 2024 PSTA sunglasses? As if we were doing this every year.
Yes, right?
Because we've done them for Sunrunner, we've done them for PSTA in
Oh,
general.
I have the Sunrunner ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are rainbow and they're like translucent. I have a sticker in here that says UV protection, so you know we're caring about your eyes.
They look really good on you.
Yeah, thank you. And they also have the PSTA 40 logo on it.
And again, just I feel like we haven't mentioned it yet. You may notice if you're familiar with our current logo that you usually see on most of our vehicles. This logo looks different. This is actually the original logo of PSTA.
That's so cool.
We have sort of we started calling it the noodle logo,
Yeah.
kind of like how the old NASA logo is the worm.
Oh.
People always call us pasta instead of PSTA, so noodle.
Sometimes
Oh my God,
autocorrect
that's
will even
so
correct
funny.
PSTA to pasta.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry.
we
No,
brought
it's
brought
fine.
back our retro logo
I
this year
love
because
it.
it's our 40th anniversary. So
Yeah.
just in case anyone notices that the logo looks a little different, this logo is it's so retro. I'm obsessed with it.
No,
I want
for
us to
real.
like actually bring it back.
Yeah, same.
Is it for the campaign
Yeah,
strictly?
it's for the campaign currently. So yeah, I would love to see it. I don't know, continue
throwback.
to the 41st and onward
Yeah.
years,
Yeah,
but
maybe for fun little promo things we can keep using it.
exactly. I think that'd be because I mean, like, look at that. Everyone loves that retro logo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just know it.
That's the like what's in right now. So I think you guys are on the money.
Everyone's loving 70s, 80s aesthetic.
Exactly.
Yes,
Right.
and it makes me think of Parks and Rec when they went old school with one of the logos.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Iconic.
Right.
But okay, let's
Okay, yes.
continue.
Yes. Oh my God. So we've got. We're not gonna show that. Sorry. We got Skittles. Oh my God! Yay! And then so that we got.
Is this the flamingo?
Oh yeah,
card?
flamingo
Okay,
card.
yes.
Yeah.
That's an important one, right? Can you tell us more about a flamingo card?
Of course. So our flamingo card program is.
Start
Yeah.
recapping while you explain.
So our Flamingo Card program is basically another contactless payment way that you can pay. Right, no, that was perfect. That you can pay for your fare. A really big thing about Flamingo fares is right now it is the current only place where you can get your discounts. So if you are a senior citizen, you can get your senior discount here with your Flamingo Card, Veterans Pass, because with your Veterans Pass, you ride for free.
Not gonna work. Sorry, continue.
Right. So, with this card, you're able to tap and go. That's our whole thing with Flamingo. And when you get a Flamingo card, you actually are also able to put money on for Heart, because Heart also uses Flamingo as a form of payment.
Which, just for those that don't know, is the transit agency for Hillsborough County.
Correct.
When you are over in Tampa and you see those buses, that's Heart.
Yeah.
We love Heart, and
Shout out Heart.
Shout out Heart.
Shout out.
And so you can use your Flamingo card for Heart fares as well.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Absolutely. And the Flamingo Fares also comes with an app. You can download the app on your phone. You just register everything, and when you have an account, then you could also get a physical card if you're a physical card person. I am. And then you can reload your money without having to go to a customer service center or anything like that.
I love that.
Yeah, so you could use the app, you can use your Flamingo card, or you can use any other type of contactless payment. So you can use your Apple Watch, you can use your phone, and any other credit cards that have that little like tap symbol on it. So that's how you can pay your fare anywhere with PSTA. On all of our routes except for the Sunrunner, you can also pay with exact cash and change.
Interesting.
So, yeah, our fares are $2.25 per ride, and our fares cap at $5. So if you want that fare cap, you have got to use the same payment every single time that you ride.
Okay.
So say you're using this Flamingo Fares card, you use this every single time you tap, and after you reach $5, boom, you don't spend a dime more.
So
That's
basically,
so
if you ride the bus
cool.
twice in one day, you're already capped.
Yeah.
Which is
$5.
Which is great if you're, like, say, downtown and you're using the Sunrunner, and let's say you're kind of, maybe doing a little unofficial bar crawl, or you're just wanting to hop around to different stations. You get on twice, you're done for the day as far as paying.
Yeah.
So, you still tap your card, but it's going to cap at $5.
That's so convenient. I mean, just the fact that you can like tap alone contactless payment, but
yeah.
And we are commended for our contactless payment system. I mean, even people who ride, the Heart systems, or somebody actually came in from DC and
from the FTA.
From FTA came and actually was like, "Oh my God, you guys have a contactless payment system, and it's
so
amazing."
Excited about it. She was like, "I could just tap my card. It was so nice."
That's so funny.
So
I think like a city like that.
Yeah, other transit agencies may be working on that technology right now, but it's not implemented in every transit agency in the country. So that's definitely something that here at PSTA we're really proud of, and being able to roll that out. And it's definitely made it a lot more accessible for people, and especially this is a very high tourist area.
Yeah.
And so for tourists who, don't fully understand the system, but knowing that they can just hop on a bus and just use whatever card or credit card that they're already using for their vacation, it just makes it so much easier for them.
Yeah, and you go from the beach to downtown on the Sunrunner, which I think is so cool, and the stops are so frequent. Like, I was on it the other day doing an unofficial bar crawl, and because the spots are so close to each other and you can easily be so centralized, and it tells you on the screen the next bus is coming in so and so minutes, and it's always so precise and just a very convenient, easy way to get around.
Yep.
And so the fact that now you offer this, it just make it so seamless. It's like PSTA thinks of everything.
We try.
We really try.
Now, how often do y'all ride the bus to the Sunrunner, and are you avid, transport riders
Anytime
yourself?
I'm downtown, I'm riding the Sunrunner. So,
Yeah.
Like, I will find somewhere to park, because also I just get really stressed out downtown. I get really nervous about one-way streets.
Oh my God, yes.
And I used to live in St. Pete, and soon going to be moving back. I'm really excited about that. But I was away from downtown for a little while, so a lot has changed down there. So when I'm down there, like, driving my own car, I'm just like so stressed out, because I'm like, wait, is that a one way? Is that a one way? Like, I just
know.
One time I went down a one way the wrong way.
It happens.
It just was so scary, and I felt like such a
Disclaimer: they are a good driver.
Yes,
They are a very good driver.
I am a good driver. They ride with me all the time.
Okay,
yes.
But sometimes you get a little turned around, you get a little confused. And for me, just knowing that I can just there's a couple places I like to park, like over by like the YMCA, over by like Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
And just hop on the Sunrunner and just know that I don't have to worry about what one-way street I'm going on.
Literally.
It's so easy to change directions too, because it's on First and First. So, if you want to go in the other direction, you just walk like a block or two. It's not that big of a deal.
I know.
So for me, I am like, my friends are like, they laugh at me, because they're just like, hey, we're meeting downtown. I'm like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. I'm getting on the bus now. And they're like, huh? Now they're used to it. And I sometimes get them on the bus
As
with me
they
as well.
should.
But I'm very much like, where I currently live is not really access to a route that I want to be on. But I'm hoping that when we move a little further south that we'll have access to that. But yeah, anytime I'm downtown, I'm on the Sunrunner.
Yeah. And speaking of moving, like a big thing that we did when we've been looking at houses is, where is the nearest bus stop?
Yeah.
Because we really want to dedicate more of our time to being transit riders, because hey, we're going to be in a more accessible area. Why don't we take advantage of it?
100%.
And
the price that people pay to have that accessibility.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very silly. I feel like there's just like a stigma behind riding a bus versus taking an Uber somewhere, when you could save so much money. Yes. I mean, like we said, it's $5 max a day to ride any of our buses. So, you could take the Sunrunner, you could take the Route 4, you could go wherever you want. You got $5, you're good.
Literally to the
that
beach.
Yeah,
Like, I just can't get over that. Like,
Exactly.
I've been, getting drinks at the Don Cesar, and you see the Sunrunner, and you're like, dang, like, it was like a $25 Uber to get here,
And parking, I mean, like, the parking spots at the beach, ridiculous.
It's so tough to find parking, and unsafe sometimes, too, so.
Yeah.
It's also comparing it to like gas prices.
Oh, geez.
And, the wear and tear on your vehicle, and like when you start really adding up all of the costs associated with just driving a single vehicle compared to fares, like it doesn't even.
Oh yeah.
It's such a big difference. It doesn't
100%.
seem like it, but when you look at it, the big picture of like how much it costs every year to be constantly filling up your tank and going for oil changes, and car breaks down and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about any of that with the bus. So
Yeah, it's crazy. And accidents too.
No, absolutely. It's frequent, like you said, like it's a 15-minute frequency. until 8 p.m., right? 8 p.m.?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, and then from 8 to midnight, it's a 30-minute frequency.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. And even I saw that there's a new comedy club on the beach,
Yeah.
the St. Pete Sunshine City Comedy
Yeah,
Club.
Sunshine City Comedy
And
Club.
I was like doing a video for Visit St. Pete, and I talked about how you can take the Sunrunner from a bar downtown and then go to the comedy club, see a show on the beach, and it's not about just like going to the beach in the day. You can go in the night, as you're saying.
Absolutely.
And so freaking, I noticed that it would say 18 minutes till the next Sunrunner, and then it would be like 15 minutes, and it's already there. So it's very timely, but nice that it's early sometimes too. Nice little surprise. But basically, what I was trying to get to is the fact that you're passionate about PSTA and working here.
How can you tell?
Right.
And I know that you have some amazing employee resource groups in play and different programs, and just tell me more about that, especially with Pride and surrounding this campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I'll answer this.
That one, yeah.
Yes, so we do have quite a few employee resource groups here at PSTA. We have one called Multicultural Magic for people of color to share parts of their culture with each other and have some camaraderie there. We have one for our veterans. We have one for working parents, and that's not even just parents. If you take care of anybody at home, whether that's your parent or your guardian for someone. So these are all, and of course, oh yes, the accessibility one for individuals with disabilities. And then of course we have our Pride ERG, again, Employee Resource Group is what ERG means.
Okay, thank you.
We're just so used to saying it, which we are both on the leadership team for. I'm the chair, Pat is the vice chair.
Wow.
And we also, what's cool is our ERG started a driver liaison position because it's sometimes difficult for us to schedule meetings for operators to attend because they have very specific schedules that they're on. And so we can't always, get all of the operators that want to be part of the ERGs involved. So by having a driver liaison, someone who can speak on our behalf over in the driver's lounge and let people know when meetings are happening and different events we have going on. In regards to the Pride ERG, this is a group for people within the queer community, but also allies. So we have a lot of people that attend that are allies. And, we talk about, of course, Pride right now is the biggest thing we're talking about because this is our time of the year.
Yes.
But we also organize things like we've done some bingo events that have gone to charity, hoping to do more of that this year.
Wow.
Probably not until after Pride, just because this month is going to just take over everything.
Yeah.
But of course, we participate in the parade. We get the feedback of members on our promo items. But it's really, more than anything, a safe space for queer employees to talk about what is important to our community.
Wow.
Sometimes there's not great stuff in the news, and that's a moment for us to come together and talk about how we're feeling and know that we're safe to share those feelings and that we are supported by the allies. We have executives, in the agency that attend this meeting and hear us and listen to what we have to say. And our opinions are valued, and our identities are valued, especially for like myself as a non-binary individual. Pat also identifies as non-binary. Our pronouns are respected by not only the people that we work with, but people within the ERG. There's just no questions asked. I personally have never worked in such an inclusive place where I can just talk about my experience as a queer person and know that I'm not going to get like a weird side eye or like, oh, don't talk about that at work. It's like, no, this is something that is a part of my identity, and I know that I'm perfectly welcome to share that and encouraged to share that. And that's really kind of the true, not just for working at PSTA, but riding PSTA. PSTA is welcome for anyone of any walk of life to ride. It does not matter where you come from, who you are, how you identify, none of that matters. You're welcome on our buses. You're welcome to use our services. And to me, that's why I started working here, because I saw that PSTA, they put action to their words. It's part of our sustainable strategic plan as an agency. We have an entire section of it about DEI, diversity, equity and inclusion. So, that PSTA lives up to that mission statement of being an inclusive place and a very diverse place. We have so much diversity here at the agency, and I feel that is reflected in the community as well. We have an incredibly diverse community here in Pinellas County. And so I feel like the diversity we have in the community is reflected in the people at the agency. For example, I'm working on a blog right now that I'm actually going to publish today, highlighting our TRAC members. So TRAC is our Transit Riders Advocacy Committee, and it is made up of actual riders. So anyone who rides at least twice a week on PSTA services can be a member of TRAC. And each member represents a different community. So we've got people representing North County, Mid County, South County, but we also have people representing our PSTA Access customers. PSTA Access is our paratransit service, which helps people that have disabilities who otherwise can't ride our buses, which are ADA compliant, but there are still, some challenges for individuals with disabilities. So Access is there to provide them more freedom and independence. So we have someone representing that community. And we even have someone representing students, because really cool thing that we have is our UPass program, our Universal Pass program. And that allows any Pinellas County school students and at select colleges like USF, St. Pete, SPC, and I think Pinellas Technical College as well, can all ride for free just by showing their school ID when they get on board.
Oh, wow.
And that's all year round. It does not matter if school is in session or you're on summer break. You can ride any PSTA buses, including the Sunrunner, for free as a student. Just show the operator your student badge. I think you can also, if you don't have your badge on, you can show them like your school schedule. So as long as you can just prove in some way that you're a student, you can ride for free all year round.
What? And there's stops. So, because I actually went to film at a stop right by campus by the Dolly, because I like how like shaded and like cute it was, and I was like, this is so convenient for students. So literally you're catering to every age range.
Absolutely. And it's actually our current TRAC member who represents students, Sean Schrader. I just spoke to him recently for the blog, so his name is fresh in my head, but he's fantastic. He definitely has a future in government. He's so well spoken. But he really wanted to get students involved with PSTA, because a lot of students, that don't have a car, how do they get around? Well, they can ride PSTA, and now they can do it for free because of the UPass program. So TRAC is really great, and it just speaks volumes of PSTA's desire as an agency to hear from everyday riders. And the fact that anything that goes before a board of directors goes before the TRAC committee first, so that the actual people using the service can weigh in.
Wow.
They can give their valuable insights to us, because they're the ones using the service. And a lot of times they're also the ones that are reporting things to us, like, oh, hey, I noticed that, at this stop, this is going on. Maybe we can do this and to improve it,
Oh my gosh.
It's just, they're so wonderful. I love the TRAC folks, and was really happy to get to spotlight them. So look out for that blog.
Yeah, I'll link it to this. But that's so cool.
But just between TRAC and the ERGs that we have here at the agency, like PSTA truly wants to support the efforts of diversity, equity, inclusion. And they really put their actions where their mouth is, basically.
No, and I just want to like touch on that as well. You mentioned you mentioned our mission statement, and our mission statement is we safely connect people to places. And that's exactly what we do. Whether you are an individual in the LGBTQIA plus community, whether you are a veteran, whether you are a student, whether you are anybody, we are people connecting other people to the places that they need to go. No matter, there's no discrimination. We're a bus. It's a bus.
Yes.
And everyone is welcome on the bus, and I feel like Olive Garden stole our real jingle or real tagline, because when you're on the bus, you're family. And even with that, I did want to share my personal story of how I started working here. A big reason why I applied to this job was because, just like Amanda, of the DEI initiatives and the highlighting of accessibility. Accessibility has been a major thing in my life. I have always said that whatever job, whatever career I get, I just want to be helping people. And I have never felt more, I guess, just I've achieved that. I have achieved, with public transit, this goal. And with every agency throughout the country, we're able to connect and share ideas. And when it comes to suggesting ideas, even just here, we do have another ERG called Wheels of Change, and even internal employees can make suggestions of how we can make things better for our riders, how we can make things better for our internal employees as well. Anyways, but when I was hired here, I had my onboarding with our HR divas, as they call themselves, and
I do meet them.
you're right. Oh yes, you do.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, and I always tell the director of HR that you made me cry on my first day,
Oh,
and
oh
my God.
but in like the best way, because
Oh.
like Amanda was saying, that like here at PSTA, our identities and ourselves, they're not just validated, but they're valued. And when I came in for my onboarding, the HR divas were like, hey, we don't really have many genderqueer people. We don't really have non-binary folks here.
Wow.
So, however you feel comfortable, we will feel comfortable. We want your comfortability over anything. And, even if that's using the women's restroom, the men's restroom, we don't really have like a gender neutral restroom yet.
Yes.
But, and that's what made me cry. I come from a very, very like unsupportive place and supportive county. Luckily, I do have very, very loving family members. My dad is like my number one fan of anything that I do, and I feel very lucky in that way. But coming from a place of so much hate and feeling like I am never going to feel the way I want to feel at a workplace, it crushed me. And for 25 years of my life, I lived like that. And for these last 2 years, wow, it's been so, again, validating. And I'm so glad that we have, the agency as a whole that focuses on DEI initiatives, but also to have this Pride ERG where, I don't make friends in the community. I just have family members. And that's like what the community is. That's what Pride is to me. It's a giant family of different colors, different shapes, different ages, different everything. Like, we embrace the difference. And that's what we try to do here too. We want to embrace every community. We want to make sure that we are safely providing the transportation that's so much needed here in this county. And, we face so many challenges, but there's not a challenge that we haven't yet met. There's not an obstacle that we haven't gotten over. We prevail. We are here for the people first. So, yeah.
Impacting change, and you're doing that, so
Exactly. Absolutely.
that's a beautiful thing. So thank you both, because I really don't think people realize the impact and the way that you feel and how you exert that really reverberates through the community, and the fact that you can jump on public transportation and feel so safe and welcomed, not only safe but welcomed and like happy. Because every time I step on the Sunrunner, I'm like, hey, I'm like talking to people and waving, and it's different. I was born and raised in Miami, and I moved here 7 years ago. There, the public transport is terrifying. It's not a thing, and it's a major city, and you can't use public transportation there. And the fact that you can come here and know that and be part of a community, and then also the fact that their sustainability, like the difference between the Sunrunner and your other vehicles, if you can kind of shed some light on that too, the environmental impacts or efforts that you're making with that.
Absolutely.
I can speak on this. So we as an agency have a goal of being a fully electric fleet by 2050.
Wow.
And we are well on our way
In
to
our
doing
lifetime.
that. Yeah, in our
Absolutely.
lifetime.
Yes.
We already have a portion of the fleet that is fully electric. We have a portion of the fleet that is fully hybrid. We're in the process of phasing out our older diesel buses as they're nearing the end of their lifespan. They're actually beyond their end of their lifespan. They've lasted a long time, which is admirable. But, as we're moving into, a world where we are caring more about the environment, especially the younger generation is caring a lot more about it, we're inheriting an earth, that has a lot going on. And so, we're so excited. We're getting in new electric buses soon, some more Gillig electric buses. we're working on getting funding for more electric chargers. We have chargers here on campus that actually, fun little sidebar, were paid for by the settlement from VW, who got into some hot water because of their environmental issues with their vehicles, and as part of their settlement, some of that fund came to us to install electric chargers for our buses. So, it's really cool to know that connection exists. This really, unfortunate thing happened, but it resulted in better infrastructure for us as an agency.
That's so cool.
Yeah, right? Like when I learned about that, because I wrote a blog all about electric buses and talking about, how different they are, because they are driven differently. The way that they function is obviously very different. Yeah. But our incredible team over, in operations, they have such a wealth of knowledge and understanding about how these electric vehicles work and how to best train the operators, how best to train the technicians, how to service them, because we do service our own vehicles. Which is so cool.
We are the first transit agency in the nation to have this special electric bus training.
Yeah.
Actually, and that's happening this week.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, that's why a person from FTA came down.
Yeah.
From DC, and if people in DC recognize us as like a giant and successful, best in the nation transit agency, clearly they're gonna come here, and as Amanda mentioned, like we're gonna have 60 new electric buses. And they're coming earlier than we expected.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're early, which
we're
really excited.
Yeah, so we are so excited to get those out on the streets. And, again, like I would love to recognize our team and the operations team, because they are killing it. There have been like lines and lines and lines of like chargers just like ready to install, and they are working diligently to make sure that all of those chargers are installed correctly and working and ready to plug and go.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's looking at it, the Sunrunner, the blue with the sun, it's so pretty and clean and like modern and streamlined. Those are primarily the hybrids.
The hybrid electric buses.
Right, because I do notice that some PSTA buses, some will say Sunrunner, but it's the older model. So is that just like an older bus that
so
highlights cosplays as the Sunrunner?
We do have a finite amount of Sunrunners. Yes. So occasionally when especially when there's a lot of events going on downtown, we'll basically call them plugs. So there are other buses from the fleet that can help fill in to make the frequency remain at 15 minutes per bus.
Yeah.
So if you ever see a non-Sunrunner branded bus, that is intentional.
Yeah.
They're just filling in because we I don't know how many.
We have 11. Well, because we just got 3 new ones in. I was
gonna say, we got some new ones.
So I believe we have either 11 or 12 total now.
Yeah.
And with those 3 new ones, now there won't be as many plugs, and you'll see more Sunrunners. So I mean, like on Pride Day, you might see a plug or two that say Sunrunner on them.
Yeah, I saw one. I encountered one yesterday, and I was like, but it's still a Sunrunner. So just so folks know, that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes our Sunrunners need a little break, a little R&R.
Yeah, they need a little spa day.
Yeah, exactly.
Our team over in operations is so great about like making sure that we have the plugs that we need. If there's times that we know it's gonna be really busy downtown, we can ask them for plugs, and they can arrange that for us. Pretty fast too.
Teamwork.
Yes.
Yeah,
teamwork.
They are so quick on their feet. It blows my mind.
For real.
Wow. Well, you guys have an amazing organization here, an amazing team, obviously. Is there anything that, outside of the Pride campaign, that folks should be privy to, stay tuned, updates, anything that we can share before you drop where people can follow PSTA?
I would say really look out for our 40th anniversary
is
coming up. Again, like we gotta plug that. The logo, and start getting in those 80s vibes already.
I was going to say, there's going to be a strong 80s presence. I mean, I feel like even with our Pride stuff, there's an 80s
it starts
presence.
to nod towards it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, So we're going full 80s as we get more towards the fall. We really start, focusing on the 40-year anniversary.
Okay, so that's more towards the fall. So we're like thinking it's Pride and then 40 anniversary.
We're still bringing in the branding early
Yeah.
because we can't help ourselves.
Of course,
Exactly.
it's a big year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the whole year. year, but I think that it's specifically more towards October that is the like official anniversary of
it's
the
October, right?
Okay.
Which ironically is also October is the anniversary month of the Sunrunner.
That's
so
true.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
That's right.
October 21st.
That's 2 years, right?
It'll
2
be 2
years, yeah.
Time flies.
And with that, we will have a new Sunrunner station.
Oh.
We don't have a time frame yet, but you know,
we're still working on the logistics of that, but there will be a new station that is closer to the pier.
Yep.
Which has been a big request even
Yeah.
for us
Yes,
within the
same.
agency.
Yeah, literally.
100%.
Yeah, right around like Social Roost is
Ooh,
where it'll
perfect.
be. Yeah, that
So
was
there'll be
actually
more coming out about that.
yeah. I'm trying to think about what other events might be going on or anything.
I feel like it's hard to think of anything beyond Pride.
Literally,
Right.
We will definitely be doing a big push as school starts and making sure that students that are currently enrolling in the colleges that are part of the UPass program, making sure that they know what they need to know to ride for free. So we'll be doing a big push for that.
And
But I would say that definitely our 40th anniversary is going to be like our really big push coming up soon.
yeah, absolutely. And especially making sure that those UPass students know that they can ride for free over the summer as well. It doesn't just end for the school year. I know that they mentioned that before, but we really, really want to highlight that and make sure like everyone knows that. And it's not just students, it's teachers and staff members as well. So, that's a big deal. I mean, again, you could ride for free, like, sign me up.
And for a broke college student.
For a broke
my
college
God,
student?
yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which I think we've all been one of those.
Yes.
So,
And so many locations, and it's an amazing resource. I think students need to like really get on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So where can we follow on social? I don't know if they're open to sharing their social handles, but at least the PSTA.
Yeah.
Please drop anywhere where folks can keep up with you, with the organization, with the latest.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the agency, we do have our website, psta.net, that I'm currently managing. So
And we are at Ride PSTA on almost all social platforms.
Yep.
So, I mean, we've got Twitter. I'm not calling it the other thing. Instagram. We've got Threads. We've got a YouTube, which we post so many great YouTube videos.
Wow.
One being the Grand Prix video. I don't know if you've seen that, but we did a partnership this year with the Grand Prix in town, and that's a big thing that we do here at PSTA is we partner with a bunch of local businesses, sports teams. I mean, we're partnered with the Rays. We have a great partnership. I mean, obviously, they just gave us 5,000 parking spots for free.
Yes.
And
that's amazing.
an upcoming partnership with the Rowdies, hopefully.
Ooh.
And I mean, we partner with St. Pete Pride, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Massive.
Right.
Collaboration is key, I always say. So.
Absolutely.
yeah, to be part of the community, you have to collaborate.
Yeah, you can follow us on LinkedIn as well, Facebook, all the
Gosh,
good
you're
things.
managing a lot of platforms.
Yeah.
The fact that you're on Threads, even, I'm like,
Right.
I'm not even on Threads.
Yeah, me neither.
I just can't bring myself to do it. I already have enough social media to keep track of.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I will
Stressful
say
enough.
it's really good for quick growth. It's like right now, it's in a good spot to like if
Okay.
you start getting on it right now and you're like dropping something like once a day. It's
Nice.
I just listened to a
Maybe I'll
chat
check
that
it out.
what's his name Mazzari did about it. So
Oh, okay.
interesting.
Mm.
But that's great that you're on Threads. PSTA is so evolved.
Yeah, hey, yeah, we thread the web, you know. I don't know.
I love all of these metaphors.
Yeah, and if you want my personal Instagram, you can have it. It is at pat.idk because I really didn't know what to write. And also, I'll plug that drag queen again. You should follow Rip Lee at RIPP_LEE. Just, I think you'd like their stuff.
I think so.
Yeah, for my socials, I'm also outside of working at PSTA, I'm also a musician. I also do embroidery art, weird spooky embroidery art. So you can follow me on Instagram at moth_witch, but witch is spelt with 2 V's instead of a W.
Okay.
Like the old English style of spelling the word witch. So yeah, moth_witch, but with 2 V's. And you'll see from there my embroidery and my music and all of that stuff.
God, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna also type it out so
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
also link a blog post.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said today, the track blog highlighting the track members will be going live. So if you want to link that,
That'll be really interesting, I think, for folks to read and to learn more. But thank you both so much for being here today. This was a blast. I hope I get to come back and do another episode because I think we have a lot to talk about. Literally, we've been here for 12:30 for more than an
Oh my
hour.
God. Hey.
we were gonna
Yeah, if there's one thing we're gonna do,
We're gonna
yap.
Yeah.
And you can put that in the final cut.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you're the best.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't wait for a really fun Pride season.
Woo! PST Slay!
PST Slay.